Okay, we're back. So let's put a front mount in. You know, if you bought our set before, earlier, we didn't have the front mount. We've come out with it in the past few months. Since we have, we think the results have been really nice. But we can talk about it while we put one in, okay? So you gotta get your voltage regulator out of the way. If you have an oil cooler, then it's going to add a few more minutes to the job. Not too much. This isn't any harder job than putting the swing arm shaft in. Actually, if you don't have an oil cooler, it's a good bit easier. If you do, it just takes a few more minutes. You got to get that oil cooler out of the way first. It's just got a couple of 7/16 inch bolts here. Doing the same bike. Did another guy's bike earlier in between today. So let's get it so you know where we're at here. We're up in front and we're going to put this motor mount in right up under there. You see that? Here's our voltage regulator. Okay, we got those two nuts off. Gonna lift that off up out of there. Not hitting the fender. And here's this Harley motor mount. Now this is an 07. An 07. So they changed motor mounts in 07. They went to this other mount here. We'll take a look. If you got an 07 or an 08, this is the mount you got. I just took this one out of a guy's bike the other day. Actually, this isn't a very old one. This was out of an 08. It's a lot harder. If you have a, would be, I think, 89 to 05 or 06, actually. Your mount looks something like this, okay? Actually, I think this is a better mount than the new one. I know when I put new bushings in my 03 Road King and I replaced my new front mount thinking I was going to tighten up my bike and make it ride better with a late model mount, when I was at idle, my cheeks were shaking. So I went ahead and pulled it out, put my old stock mount back in, and that's when I started. That and a few other things made us start working on our own front mount. And you can see, you know, we're kind of similar design to the old Harley mount. Urethane compound, rubber, laser cut stainless steel plate, stainless steel bushing also with a 1/2 inch bolt and a close tolerance bushing. Your stock bolt, hang on a second. I got one here. This is the bolt you're going to take out, okay? Got that? This is what you're going to replace it with. Now, we're doing a how it works video also, and if you want to go to that, I'm going to explain a lot more about why I think just this bolt makes our bikes more stable, okay? I don't want to get too much into all that stuff. You can check that video out if you want to watch me try to explain how I think all this stuff works. But let's just get this motor mount swapped, all right? So you guys aren't watching this all night. Oh, by the way, just real quick, here's one I removed from one of the old versions. This isn't supposed to happen. That's supposed to be bonded into the mount, okay? So you need to look at your front mounts. Your bike's moving a lot, shaking a lot. That's what's going on. Now, our liner bushing isn't bonded in and comes out. Our urethane's bonded to our stainless steel plate, but our bushing floats inside. All right, so we're going to go ahead and crack these other two mount bolts off of here. So that was 45 minutes on the shaft and bushing install. I don't think that was too bad. And even if you're not putting it in yourself, you know, it kind of gives you an idea of what shops ought to be charging you. Put that in. They should be able to put it in the same amount of time that I do. But I'll tell you, you know, if you got some stuff at home and you work on your bike a bit, I'd rather you did it yourself. I think you'll do fine. You won't cost you any more money. And if you run into a jam, give me a call. Alright, so voltage regulator's out of the way. 2 bolts in the motor mount plate are out. Let's get that center bolt out. One that goes through the mount and into the plate that's attached to the case. Alright, so there you go. Voltage regulator's out of the way, all 3 bolts are out. Let's get a scissor jack. And we're going to go right underneath the front of the case here. Just on that flat spot in the case. And if you watch here, what we're going to do, let's see if you can see this. I'm going to jack up on this, and if you watch the top of your motor, your cylinder will start moving up. That's okay. You don't have to loosen the tank. And you just take that up. See that motor moving? Okay, let's get you in here a little closer. Yeah, you should be able to see that now. See that plate? That's that plate right there. It's going up. See that gap I got between there? And I'm going to crank it up until the bike kind of starts to lift a little. Let it down just a hair. Now you're still a little tight in there. It's still a little tight to get out. So these 2 bolts up here, can you see that? right up in here. I know this is hard. These 2 bolts right up in here that bolt the plate to the case, okay? That bolt the plate to the case. You just need to loosen those. All right? You don't need to take them out. Just get them so. What you want to do is get that plate to flop around a little bit. Give me just a second here and I'll have it. Just loose. You'll need to take them off. And same on the other one over here. On this other side. In here where you can see a little bit. Here we go. You can see here, we got this plate that's attached to the motor and you can wiggle it now. Now watch. I'm going to reach in here and there's our Harley Davidson front motor. And we're going to take, actually, we're going to clean it up just a bit. While we're here, and we have a minute, not too long. I don't like this thing. I hate this system. A mess. All right, can we still see here where we are? And we're going to lift that plate up again and slip that front mount in. See that now? Here's ours. Okay? All right. Get you back out here a little bit. Okay, so we got our loose plate, our mount in place. Let's go ahead and take our stock 2 side bolts. Put those in finger tight. We want the mount to still move around. Don't want to just go ahead and torque them down. And these are thread lock nuts, some kind, so you really don't need a Loctite on them. You can feel them, they get to the spot. Turn by hand anymore. And let's just snug those up so you're not just flopping around. bracket. All right, and we're going to go ahead and grab our 1/2-inch bolt. That's what belongs in there. Notice there's a 1/2-inch hole. You're not drilling anything out to put this in. Let's drop that down through for our bushing. And then let's back off on the jack some, not all the way down, but let's get it down close to it. You're way out fucking up off of it right now. Alright, just so it's getting down there too. Still moves. Okay. See? Right there. Go ahead and tighten up those 2 bolts on that bracket. Touch that line adjustment there. Your alignment's exactly where it was when you started this, okay? So don't worry about that. You want to keep an eye on us. We're going to have I'll have a video soon. I'm going to show you how to, or at least how I align bikes here at the shop. And I'm going to show you a way that I think you can do it that's probably, I think is better than anything that's out there. If you'll just go to Home Depot, spend about 50 bucks, 40 to 50 bucks. Go home and spend an afternoon. I'm going to show you what I do to line up the front wheel with the back wheel. And all that behind. Back side. Some of them are bad, some of them are good. This 07 didn't have any problem at all. Alright, so you notice we have a slot front to back in the mount. We got the bracket off the motor, and we have that side to side there. So I like to see that back under that plate as much as we can. Alright, centered as good as we can get it from that side to side. Go ahead and let the weight down on it. Get our jack out of the way. So you see there? Get you up close. There we go. See what we've done here? Okay. Down there. Settles out real nice on it. Alright, so let's finish that up. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our washer. And center bolt. And let's run that down just a little bit. go ahead and torque down these 2 bolts on the side. Those good tight. Alright, and let's get a torque wrench, and we're going to go to 30 foot-pounds on our front mount center bolt. Okay, that's good. There you go, guys. Stick our voltage regulator back in place. Don't forget your little wire clips. Those on first. Here. Handy snap on some of this All right, that's it. That's in. We're all done there. So what do we got? About 25 minutes. That's with me taking my time more or less. So say 30 minutes and 45 for the shaft and bushings. All right. And we're all set. We got some new parts in. Why don't you give me just a couple minutes and you guys take a break. I'm going to get it off the lift and we'll see how it runs. Okay, we're back. We got the bike off the lift. Let's see what happens. Just like this time. Again, just real quick, this is my pretty much shop 07 stock. It's got 10,000 miles on it. I like the bike a lot. It's a little cold. here? Here, let me get a little light. See this mount? See that moves so nice there? See the bracket on your motor there? Down here you can't even feel it. Over here, nothing. See that? Nice motion, just like we want. Back cylinder's moving. Right? Let's take it up a little bit. There you go, guys. A couple hours at the most. It's actually kind of fun. All right. It helps a little bit. You know, I'm sure a lot of you guys. I'm sure a lot of you guys are just fine with all this stuff. You're gonna do it just fine. Just try to give you an idea where parts go, what's going on. Remember, we're putting up how the video soon of how I think it works, what I think this does, and then we're gonna do an alignment on my, excuse me, on my 03 Road King here that I'm gonna set up and show you how you can do at home. I want you to be able to do it yourself. You know, like I said, 40, 50 bucks, okay? So, got any questions, anything, feel free to email me, give me a call, not a problem. Call on our shop phone, you're usually gonna get me, so give us a yell, all right? You guys have a good evening. Hope to see you soon.